moved into this place, and his girlfriend lived down below, and he'd always go down below the apartment and visit with her all night. And anyway, at nighttime, my clothes would be, my aunt would, she'd wash them, and they'd be at the end of the room on the floor every day. And I'd be like, why? I said to my cousin, why you keep going after my clothes? He said, I'm doing that, you know. And so anyway, fast forward to a week later, hardwood floor in the bedroom. I'm sitting there. I just laid down. I wasn't asleep. I just laid down, and it's pitch dark. And it sounded like a giant stainless steel pan, and somebody had it full of other stainless steel pans and slammed it on the floor right next to my head on that wooden floor. I come up off that bed on the ceiling, man. I'm telling you, that that scared me to death. And I had to move out. I ended up talking to the spirit. It was just an old man, and back then I was only, I don't know, 22, 23 or so, and I really wasn't in tune with my abilities as I am now, and I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be bothered with him, and he was just trying to get me to cross him over, and I didn't know all these things like I do now and stuff, and I had to move out because he wouldn't leave me alone. That was the bottom line of that one. So those are some of the, things.
Yeah, it's strange how we get inspired into paranormal. I mean, my story, I think you've heard how I got involved in the paranormal.
Yeah, touch on it again. Let me hear it again, roughly.
I know that you probably heard how I got involved into the paranormal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mine was through I had a coma. And when I was in a coma, I heard a woman's voice I've never heard before or since, telling me to wake up, and I had an overwhelming feeling to wake up. I seriously believe that was my guardian angel or spirit guide. No one can convince me of any difference.
I got to tell you, I totally agree. I agree totally, and I think that is a fascinating story. I mean, I hate that you had to go through that. That's awful. But my goodness, that is just incredible. That opens up realms and trains of thought of things that I don't even know about. Being in a coma, that is amazing. God bless you, man. Truly.
Well, it definitely opened my eyes to the paranormal. I started off in the world of cryptozoology, and I'm being pulled more and more towards the paranormal. And I sometimes I don't see things or hear things, but I sometimes get strange smells. I know that's going to sound very odd to people listening in, but I definitely smell things. Like one day I smelled like a death smell, like a really rotting smell. It only lasted for a couple of seconds, but it was really strong.
That's one of the signs of the spirits around, of some shape or form, is smells. Really. So, I mean, it's not strange to me. I've come across that a few times. So, yeah.
What's the weirdest situation you ever come across?
Well, I've seen things get thrown. I mean, that's weird when you see stuff get thrown or appear that should not be there, that wasn't there, not like minutes ago or seconds ago. That's weird. That stops you in your tracks. It can anyway. I mean, I've seen cereal boxes thrown off the top of refrigerators. I seen a pill bottle appear that wasn't there like seconds ago, and then now it's there. Stuff like that. I've seen covers open. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of weird stuff. Yeah, stuff throughout, like poltergeisty type action. That always gets my attention real quick.
Do you have to make sure that you are in a good mental state after you've done an investigation?
More importantly, before an investigation. Because if you're not in a good mental state, don't do it. Don't do it, because I'm going to tell you right now, the spirits will feed off of it, and it's a lose-lose for everybody involved, spirits, you, every family. If you're not of the right mindset, before you do an investigation, back out, don't do it, stop, get yourself right, don't do it. Yeah. And yes, you got to be in the right mental state even afterwards. Because if the thing is, if you're not, you probably picked up an attachment, you need to get rid of it, or else it's not healthy for you. It's pretty dangerous. So,
what do you think of some of these groups that go out their way to provoke ghosts? You know the ones I mean? Sometimes you see them on the shows, and they seem to, like, poke them a little bit.
Yeah. I don't... See, to me, I don't like it because they were people. They're spirits. They were people. So, you know, would you want me coming into your house and disrespecting you? No. I don't... That's just not me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I mean, you know, some of that's money induced. Some of it's, you know, big producers and TV maybe fuels it or whatever. Personally, I don't like it. It's not something I would ever do. I provoke.
Yes, I like your motto that says helps people with paranormal problems every day. I like that attitude. I think that's a very positive thing that you do.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to keep I preach positivity because I'm here to tell you. I'm telling you. Listen, you've got to only put out words and thoughts of positivity out in the universe because I'm here to tell you the universe will bring it back to you. So, if you only think positive all the time, it's only going to come back to you as positive things from the universe. And here's the thing. If you don't like your life or you're miserable, just try it for a month. If it don't work, you can always go back to being miserable. I mean, it's that easy.
Now, I have a disability myself, and which prevents me from going on proper ghost hunts as such. But how would you go about helping someone, say similar to me, who's got disabilities and wanted to get into the paranormal world?
Depends on the disabilities. I mean, it would be harder if somebody was, you know, wheelchair bound because a lot of places just aren't, unfortunately, wheelchair accessible. You know, it's just, I mean, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just facts. A lot of the buildings are so old, they haven't been updated. Matter of fact, they've been shut down probably for 20, 30 years. So that would be a harder challenge. I don't see any problem with anybody that's got a disability if that's something they want to do. Honestly, because I'm going to tell you something. You're only as disability as some people let themselves be. I've seen people with disabilities that might have a bad leg or maybe partially paralyzed. I've seen people investigators. You know, as long as your mindset's right, I don't see nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah, that's my attitude. I always say to people, you're not the illness, you're a person.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. As long as you think positive, you'll be positive, your vibrations will rise, and you will attract only more positive people.
Now, when you mentioned about positivity, do you look into that? Are you a studier of this positivity? Like, do you read books or lecture it?
Let's see, when was it? Probably about 6-7 years ago. I read a book by let me think here. I don't want to get his name wrong. Brian Weiss. He's a doctor. And it was about reincarnation. He was past life regressions. And that book, it woke me up. I had an epiphany. I knew what really was going on. And ever since then, I've been more positive, and my life's turned a lot. It's helped me in all aspects of my life, paranormal and everyday life. You know, it's not that I was a negative person anyway, but it really helped me. It just did. It just made me see things more for what it really is out there. And when you can see things more clearly in life, it's obviously going to help. And yeah, I'm a stout believer and preacher of positivity. I every day in 2 or 3 groups, I'll put out a positive energy video or preach positivity, put out positive quotes or whatever it may be. That who knows, that one quote might lift somebody up one day who's having a terrible day. If so, then it helped them. Great, that's what they needed.
It's a bit like Star Trek. You know, in Star Trek, Spock calls who's to say, if you can help one or the many, you've achieved something. I look at life as that if you can help one person, you've achieved something.
Right. Because here's the thing, it's a lot like that fishing metaphor. You know, if you can feed somebody fish, or you can teach them how to fish, well, you can preach or whatever the positivity, but if you can get it in their heads and show them that, you know, hey, try it, do it, then they can teach somebody else and maybe spread it that's way more productive than having a negative attitude. Yeah, I agree totally. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know the key word nowadays is spirituality. Seems to be a very key word.
Spirit. What was the last word?
Spirituality. SPIRTUALY. I think that's correct. I probably spelled that wrong. No, my brain.
That's spirituality. Is that what you?
Yes, that's correct, James. Sorry.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. There's a lot of people using that. There's more people going towards spirituality, but the thing is, if you're going to do that, you need to focus on the positive spirituality. Not there's positive and negative in everything in this world. It just is. In the paranormal and life, all around, there's a positive and negative. If it wasn't, we'd be way out of balance. I just know that it's more conducive and beneficial to be on the positive end, at least for me. I mean, I don't see how it can't be for anybody, but you know, that's my view.
Yeah, I'm a great fan that sometimes we put things in boxes
and try to categorize them. And when you do that, when you start doing that, you limit to what something is or what it could be. I don't like titles and put things in boxes, because everybody's different. Who knows what somebody's potential could be, and if they got beat in their brain, well, I'm in this box, I can't expand outside the box, then you're trying to limit their realm of possibilities. So, yeah, I get that.
I think what I'll do, I've got some wonderful theories I may debate with you near the break, because we'll be coming up to a break soon, so I think I'll ask those after the break, because they're a little bit bizarre. One is a bit off key, and it might, it's a bit controversial, but it goes along the lines of what we just mentioned. So, I think we're doing it. It's time to go for a break.
Okay.